Hey, this is Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech, doing a pack opening today for the pack cracking series. This is a Portal 3 Kingdoms pack. This is one of the rarest packs out there. Had this for a while, been looking forward to opening it. There's some crazy stuff that could be in here, including Ravages of War, Imperial Seal, just some really cool stuff. I actually don't know most of the cards, so I will have to add in the English versions of the cards and do a voiceover of this, unless we get something just purely amazing, in which I'll tell you what it is and what it does right as we open this.
Hold on there just a second. Before we jump into this pack opening, I'm going to give you a little bit of history about Portal 3 Kingdoms. Portal 3 Kingdoms is a crazy set. It came out in 1998. It was the third starter set, the first being Portal and Portal Second Age. Portal 3 Kingdoms has a very simplified gameplay. It removes instants, although technically there are some sorceries that can be played in response to other sorceries. So it still has them, it just adds a confusing form of text for them. It also adds something called horsemanship. And horsemanship is an ability that is a kind of evasion. Creatures with horsemanship can only be blocked by other creatures with horsemanship. Now, as I've been chatting with people about doing this pack opening, the big question everybody asks is, so how much is this pack worth and what do you expect to get out of it? The most recent sale that I saw for a pack, although an English pack instead of a Japanese, was $154. Star City Games is sold out at $175, and Troll and Toad is sold out at $7,000 for a booster box. These are ultra rare packs. I picked this up a few years ago in a trade before Imperial Recruiter really shot through the roof, and it was still very expensive at the time. I expect to be losing large amounts of money by opening this pack, but packs are meant to be opened. That's why I do pack crackings. Cards want to be played. Out of this entire 180 card set, there are only 5 cards that can possibly get the value of the pack back. These are the cards: Ravages of War, Imperial Seal, Capture of Jiangsu, sorry if I'm mispronouncing stuff, Imperial Recruiter, and Zodiac Dragon. Now, I would be super happy with any of these cards. Zodiac Dragon is one of those cards I would love to have a copy of. I was born in the year of the dragon, but I'm not likely to spend the amazingly high amount of money for it. Why are these cards so expensive? It's because they can be played in EDH, singleton format, and in Legacy and Vintage. Now, I haven't mentioned Imperial Recruiter yet, but Imperial Recruiter is probably the most important of any of these cards, because it does something that is not functionally equivalent of another card already available. It is a red tutor for creatures that has 2 different archetypes in Legacy that rely on this card. First of which being Imperial Painter Servant. Really, really powerful card in that deck, especially with Cavern of Souls as a way to get out humans, and these cards have been errated, they're humans, without having the chance of them being countered. Additionally, there's a red-white Death and Taxes deck that really likes to see the Recruiter in it, because lots of the creatures in there can be tutored up, including Magus of the Moon, and that deck runs 8 Blood Moon effects. Ravages of War sees some play in EDH specifically for those spiky players that want to play 2 Armageddons, and Imperial Seal occasionally sees edge play in Storm decks or combo decks in Vintage. I'm not a fan of Imperial Seal. I would love to have one just for my Vintage collection, but most of the time I actually wouldn't put it in a deck. There are many other better cards out there than Imperial Seal. Here's the current going price of these cards. Crazy, isn't it? A Time Warp, that's $400. A Tutor, that's $400. Another Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, that is $700, an Armageddon that's $400, and an 8/8 Dragon that returns to your hand for over $200. Now, it should be noted that Imperial Recruiter has a Judge reprint. That Judge reprint is a much better deal than the Portal 3 Kingdoms English version. I'm also opening a Japanese pack at this point, so the value of the Japanese cards tends to be less than the English cards. Wish me luck. Hopefully this goes well. Okay, so the first card I got was Burning Fields, 5 damage to a player. Not so good. The next one is a 4/5 for 4 vanilla creature. We're not doing very well so far. Now we've got a 3/3 vanilla creature for 4 casting cost. Ooh. Now we have a counter spell that's a sorcery that stops other sorceries. We've got a 2/2 that can't block and a 3/3 swamp walker that costs 4. Ooh, first creature with horsemanship. It's a 5 casting cost 3/3. And now on to the rare. What did we get for the rare? Young Shao, the Indecisive. What's the value on Young Shao? $15. Here's the entire pack. Overall, the pack is worth less than $20. Some very cool cards, a nice part of Magic history. I'm glad I got a card with horsemanship. The basic lands are going to go into an EDH deck just because they're super rare basic lands. They don't have much value to them. This was fun to open, and I'm very glad that I got 2 playable cards in basic lands here. Crazy old set. If you like pack openings, or if you have a particular pack or set that you would like me to open, please put them in the comments, and I will work on that. Thank you to everybody who's over on Patreon supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, choose the cards wisely.